Alrighty guys, let's start in child's pose today. Sinking the seat back towards the heels, knees can fall wide outside the rib cage, fingertips reach long, allowing the forehead to rest gently on the mat, just starting to settle in here, allowing the eyes to close, feeling your natural breath, feeling the beat of your heart. We'll start to tune into the breath, taking a big, slow, full inhale, filling up the back body. And opening the mouth for an audible exhale, release, let it go. Feel the body get empty. Inhaling again, really feeling the lungs, feeling the back expand. Filling up the whole body. And then open mouth, audible exhale, release, let it go. One more like that, taking a big breath in, filling up the whole body and holding at the crown of the head when you get to the top. Biggest audible exhale, release, let it go. Next, inhale through the nose, brings you forward to a tabletop position. We're just going to start with some gentle cat-cows. So inhaling to arch the back, seat up, chest up, chin up, gaze up. And exhale, we round the spine, pushing the mat away, eyes to the thighs. Inhaling to arch the back, gaze up towards the sky. And exhale to round, push the center of your spine up towards the ceiling. Marrying breath to movement, keep moving with your breath here. You can find any other gentle movements that feel good. So maybe rocking the hips side to side, finding some gentle circles in the spine, shaking the head yes, shaking the head no. One more round of cat-cow, and then we meet at center. Right hand will come center. We inhale to reach that left arm high to the sky, and exhale to thread the needle. Left arm crosses underneath the right. Right fingertips content. That right elbow can point up towards the sky. Option to extend that right arm up and then hook it behind the left hip crease for a little bind here, a little bit deeper shoulder opener. And then when you're ready, you'll release. Right hand will come to the center of the mat. You'll inhale that left arm up to the sky and start to splay that right foot out to the side and extend that left foot long behind you. We'll inhale to rise for gate pose. Left hand reaches down that left leg. Right arm reaches up. Gaze follows the right fingertips. Inhale. Feeling that side body stretch. Exhale to plant that right hand. We're going to hover that left foot, floating modified side plank. We'll inhale to reach those left fingertips long. And exhale to hug knee to elbow as you crunch through the obliques. Inhale to extend long in opposite directions. Exhale to hug knee to elbow, crunch it in. Inhaling to extend. Last time, exhale, hug the knee to the elbow. And then keeping that knee pulled in, we're going to plant that left hand and just hug that right knee towards the nose, tucking the right toes under. We're going to kick that left foot all the way up to the sky, three-legged dog. Inhale. And then exhale, we lower that left foot to meet the right. First downward facing dog. Finding your alignment here. So fingertips are spread wide, triceps are hugging in, eyes of the elbows working to point towards the front of the mat, feet are hips distance apart, toes can be slightly in. You can have a soft bend in the knees, gaze can be between the feet or up between the thighs or up towards the belly button. Think of pushing the weight out of the hands and into the heels. You can find some little pedals through the feet, walking out your dog here. And then next inhale, we'll roll forward to a plank pose, vertebrae by vertebrae. Stacking shoulders over wrists, making one straight line from the crown of the head to the heels, pulling that belly up, kind of pushing the mat away to keep the abs engaged. Inhale, we'll shift forward over the toes and just drop the knees. But we keep the hips lifted here. We inhale. Exhale to bend the elbows, lower half chaturanga, so elbows graze the rib cage, hold. Inhale, push straight back up. Exhale to lower half chaturanga, hover, hold. Inhale, push straight back up. Last time, exhale to lower half chaturanga, hold. And then we release all the way to the belly, inhaling to Bhujangasana, baby cobra, zipping up through the legs, squeezing the shoulder blades together, engaging the muscles of the back body here, not pushing with the hands. And then exhale, push seat to the heels, child's pose. Inhale brings us forward back to the tabletop position. We'll center that left hand. We'll inhale that right arm up to the sky and exhale, thread the needle. Right arm crosses underneath the left. You can tense those left fingertips, bend that elbow up towards the sky, or reach that left arm all the way up and around to find a little bind. Feeling the stretch through the shoulders, through the upper back, even the lower spine here. Gaze is working up towards the ceiling. And then releasing, coming back to center with that left hand. We'll inhale that right arm up to the sky as we splay that left foot out to the side and that right foot reaches back. We'll inhale to lift up and find gate pose as we reach that right arm down, that right leg, left arm reaches up, pushing through the knife edge of that right foot. Inhale. Exhale to cartwheel that left hand down. As it plants, you lift that right leg up and the right fingertips circle up and overhead towards the front of the room. Inhale. Exhale, we hug knee to elbow, crunch it in, engage the obliques. Inhale, extend long. Exhale, hug it in, crunch and round. Inhale, extend. Exhale to crunch. Last time, we keep that knee hug towards the chest. As we lower the right hand, squeezing knee towards the nose, and then we tuck those left toes and inhale to kick that right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. And exhale, step that foot down. We find a downward facing dog. Again, opportunity to walk out your dog, pedaling out the feet, shaking the hips a little side to side, shaking the head yes and no. Inhale again, we'll roll forward to a plank pose, stacking shoulders over wrists, squeezing the belly, pushing the mat away. We'll inhale to shift forward, this time option to lower for a full chaturanga, bending to a 90-degree bend in the elbows, holds. And inhaling to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling to tuck the toes, pushing up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, we'll gaze at the hands. Exhale, we're just going to walk the feet up to the top of the mat. Inhaling to lift up halfway. Hands come to the shins, the thighs, or they stay on the mat. Exhaling to fold Uttanasana. Inhale, root to rise, palms touch, reach up, gaze up, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhaling to Tadasana, mountain pose. Awesome job, everybody. We'll flow through Surya Namaskara A. So inhale to reach up, gaze up. Exhale to fold Uttanasana. Inhale to lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale to plant the hands, walk, jump, or step it back. Flow through a full or modified chaturanga on an exhale. Inhaling to your back bend cobra or upward facing dog. And exhaling to tuck the toes, downward facing dog. That's your vinyasa flow, so you can always drop the knees and lower for modified chaturanga. You can step right back to downward facing dog, or you can flow through a full Vinyasa Hainala. Inhale to gaze at the hands. Exhale, walk, jump, or step the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale lifts you up halfway, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale to fold over the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach up, gaze up, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhaling to Tadasana, mountain pose. Arms come by the sides. We'll add on from there. Inhale, we reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, we fold long over the legs, Uttanasana. Letting that head hang heavy. Inhale lifts you up halfway, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to plant the hands, walk, jump, or step it back, flow through your chaturanga on an exhale. Inhaling to your back bend cobra or upward facing dog, and exhaling to downward facing dog. This time we'll inhale that right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Keep the toes and the hip closed off down towards the mat. Feeling that deep stretch through the left hamstring. Inhale, lift that right leg up another inch. Exhale, we round through the spine as we hug knee to elbow and then plant the foot between the hands. Shift the weight forward and then kick that left leg up to the sky, standing split. Working our balance here. Working those fingertips in line with the toes. Your hands can also find blocks here if that feels better for you. The left hip is slightly open and both legs are straight and strong. We're going to inhale here and exhale to bend into both knees as that left leg crosses behind the right Shiva squat. Inhale to extend, kick it up, standing split. Exhale to bend into both knees, Shiva squat. Igniting that right quad. Inhaling to kick it up, standing split. Last time, exhale, we bend and lower, Shiva squat. Inhale to kick it up, standing split. Lift that left leg up another inch, inhale. Exhale, we bend into that right knee, reaching the left toes towards the back of the mat. We're gonna rise for a high lunge. So think of tucking those hips under a little bit to deepen the stretch in the front of the left hip flexor and then sinking another inch into that right quad. We'll inhale here, exhale to reach that right arm towards the back of the room and the left arm forward. We find this revolved high lunge. Little spinal twist through the upper body. Inhaling. Exhale, we're gonna cartwheel those hands and we're gonna find warrior two. So now we're making sure those heels are in one line, the right toes are facing forward, the left toes are facing the side of the mat or slightly towards the front corner. We have straight long arms, we bend deep into that right knee, and then gaze follows the right fingertips. Inhale, we're gonna flip the front palm, reaching down that back leg with the left hand. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Feeling that opening through the lower right half of the side body. Inhaling. And exhaling to sink a little bit deeper. Inhale, we'll come back to center warrior two. We'll extend both legs and turn both toes out. We'll inhale to reach up. And exhale, hands come to prayer as we bend into both legs, goddess squat. Two more, inhaling to reach up, gaze up. Exhaling to bend into the knees as the hands come to prayer. Inhaling to reach up, gaze up. Exhaling to bend and hold. We find some little pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll bring those hands to the inner thighs. We're gonna sink that left shoulder down, finding a little spinal twist, just breathing into it, not pushing or forcing too hard, finding your edge here, meeting yourself where it feels good. And then reversing other way, we'll drop that right shoulder as the left shoulder reaches up towards the sky, gaze towards the left. Maybe taking one more round on each side. You can find these little pulses to help you move a little bit deeper. And then we'll come back to center. We'll extend the legs, turning the toes in. We'll inhale to reach up and exhale to fold over the legs, wide-legged forward fold here. You can have a soft bend in the legs. You're reaching that tailbone up towards the sky as the crown of the head reaches down. Feeling the opening through the back of the hamstrings. You can walk those fingertips in line with the feet, maybe back towards the side of your mat to pull yourself a little bit deeper into the stretch. There's always this slight backing off on the inhale, and then on the exhale, an opportunity to move a little bit deeper. And when you're ready, hands will come back to the center. We'll inhale to lift up halfway, gaze forward. Exhale to walk the hands to the right foot. We'll bend into that right knee as the left toes point up towards the sky, flexing the foot. We find this low side lunge, skandasana. Hands can come to prayer or they can stay on the earth for a little bit of extra support. That right heel might not be all the way to the mat. That's okay. We'll inhale here. And exhale to reverse the skandasana towards the back of the room, bending into the left knee, flexing those right toes up towards the sky. Again, hands have the option to come to prayer. Inhale. And exhale, we reverse one more time to the front of the mat. We find this skandasana, lifting up through the chest, lifting up through the crown. And then we plant the hands to frame the right foot, coming onto the back toes. We reach that right arm up to the sky, revolved low lunge. Inhale. Exhale, can you twist a little bit deeper as that chest tries to open up towards the sky? Keep that back leg, that back quad lifted and engaged here. Taking a big full inhale, and then on the exhale, we'll plant that right hand. We'll drop that right heel and reach the left arm up to the sky. We find this side angle pose, Parsvakonasana. You can have the option to also bring that right forearm up to the top of the right knee and then reach those left fingertips towards the front corner of the room. From here, we're going to inhale up to warrior two and then immediately reverse the warrior, reaching down the back leg. Right arm reaches up, taking a big full inhale. And on the exhale, cartwheeling the hands down, stepping that right foot back to meet the left, flowing through your chaturanga. Exhale. Inhaling to upward dog or cobra. And exhaling to downward facing dog. Awesome job, guys. Taking a big full inhale through the nose. Open mouth, audible exhale, let it go, release. Maybe taking 2 more breaths like that in your down dog. And when you're ready on the next inhale, we'll lift that left leg up towards the sky. Toes stay pointing down. Inhale. Lift it up another inch. Exhale, left knee comes towards the nose as we pull forward to a plank. We plant the foot between the hands, shifting the weight forward. Right leg comes up to the sky, standing split. Again, noticing the differences between both sides. Not pushing or forcing. Finding what feels good, meeting your body where it is today. Maybe finding blocks for the hands, or maybe walking the fingertips back a little bit here. Staying straight and strong through both legs. Inhale, we reach that right toe up towards the sky a little bit more. And then exhale, we bend into that left knee, reach the right toes back, planting the toes. We rise, high lunge as we square off the hip. Feeling the quads turn on, maybe sinking down a little bit deeper as you tuck those hips under, feeling it through the front of the right hip flexor. Inhale. Exhale, left hand reaches back, right hand forward as we find this revolved high lunge, trying to open up the chest, opening up through the heart space. Keeping the breath full here, keeping the mind calm. Inhaling. Exhale, cartwheel the hands. We open up to warrior two, left side. So this time, that right heel comes in line with the left heel. We push down through the knife edge of the right foot, and then we sink deep into the left knee. Gaze follows the left fingertips towards the front of the mat. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Right hand reaches down the right leg, left arm reaches up to the sky. Feeling that opening through the lower left back, through the left side body. And then exhale, we come back to warrior two. We start to extend the front leg. Both toes start to turn out, maybe heel toeing the feet a little bit in. We inhale to reach up towards the sky, palms touch. Exhale to bend into the knees. We find this goddess squat. Moving with the breath, inhaling to reach up, gather everything up. Exhaling to bend into the knees and sink low. One more inhale, reach up, up, up. Exhale to bend into the knees, and we find these little pulses. Feeling the quads turn on. Trying to keep the hips tucked under here for 5, 4, pressing the palms together, 3, 2, 1. Hands come to the inner thighs. This time left shoulder drops and right shoulder lifts up to find that little spinal twist in the squat. Breathing into the back body, breathing all the way up and down the spinal column. Reversing your twist when you're ready. Maybe one more round to either side. And when you're ready, extending through the legs, turning those toes in, inhaling to reach the arms up and overhead. This time on the exhale, option to interlace the fingertips behind the low back, and then fold forward from there to find a little bit of a deeper shoulder opener in this forward fold. Should feel really nice. Again, lifting that tailbone up towards the sky as you reach the crown down towards the mat. And when you feel ready, you can start to release the hands to place them on the mat between the feet. We inhale to lift up halfway, gaze forward. Exhale, we walk the hands over towards the left foot as we bend into that left knee. Right toes flex towards the ceiling. We find Skandasana, low lunge to the front of the mat. Inhale. Exhaling to reverse your Skandasana towards the back of the mat. You can use your hands to kind of walk yourself over. Again, keeping that chest lifted, keeping that crown of the head reaching up towards the sky as we flex those left toes, opening up through that inner left thigh. Also the inner right thigh as you kind of push the elbow into the knee to deepen the stretch. Inhale. Exhale, walking the hands back to the front. One more time, Skandasana to the left. And then we walk the hands to frame that front foot. We come onto the back toes, tucking the toes. Right hand plants, left arm reaches up to the sky. We find this revolved low lunge. So inhale, we expand. And exhale, there's this opportunity to twist a little bit deeper, trying to open that heart up towards the sky, trying to gaze towards those left fingertips. Keeping the back quad turned on, nice and strong, lifted up. And then when you're ready on the exhale, we'll plant that left hand, we'll drop the back heel, and we find this side angle pose. So right fingertips reaching towards the front corner of the room. You can bend that left elbow and plant it to the top of the left knee, lifting your upper body up a little bit more. Keep sinking deep into that left knee, feeling the burn, feeling that strengthening of the quad. Inhale. Exhale, that right hand lifts you up. We find warrior two, immediately reversing our warrior, bending deep into the left knee, reaching the left fingertips up towards the sky, side body stretch, opening up here. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel everything down, hands frame the foot, left foot steps back. We flow through a chaturanga of your choice, full or modified. Inhaling to your back bend, cobra or upward facing. And exhaling to downward facing dog. Awesome job, guys. We'll take a big, full, deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, audible exhale, release. Inhaling to fill up the whole body. Exhaling to release, let it go. Inhaling to gaze at the hands. Exhale, we walk, jump, or step the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, we find our halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, we fold over the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, root to rise, palms together to touch, reach up, gaze up, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhaling to Tadasana, mountain pose. Beautiful job, guys. Taking a few breaths here. And then next inhale, we're gonna bend the knees, sink the seat, finding Utkatasana, chair pose. So hips are tucked under, the belly is engaged, and then from there you start to sink the seat down. Hands can reach up and gaze follows the fingertips. Thighs, knees, feet, everything is squeezing tight together. Inhale. Exhale, you lower the hands to the mat. When the fingertips reach the mat, you then start to extend through the legs, forward fold. Inhaling to halfway lift, flat back. Exhaling to plant the hands, walk, jump, or step it back, flowing through your chaturanga on an exhale, knowing you can always just step back and meet us in downward facing dog. Inhaling to your back bend. Exhaling, downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, that right leg will lift high. Exhale, right knee comes towards the nose, plant the foot between the hands, drop the back heel. We rise, warrior one. So hips, shoulders, everything is square towards the front of the room here. Heels are in one line. You're still pushing down through the knife edge of that back foot. And then from there, can you sink a little bit deeper into that front knee? Inhale. Exhale, we open it up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, left hand plants, right arm reaches up to the sky, revolves low lunge. And then we're gonna come onto the knife edge of that left foot and we're gonna stack that right foot on top of the left. We find the side plank, Kumbhakasana. We lift those hips up, we lift the right fingertips towards the sky. There's always this option to lower down onto the left knee here, or bend that right foot and plant it in front for a little bit of extra support. Finding what feels good for you here. We inhale. Exhale, that right hand lowers, that right knee comes towards the nose. And then inhale to kick it up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, that right knee comes towards the nose. We plant the foot between the hands and kick that left leg up to the sky, standing split. Maybe you can play with one hand behind the ankle. Challenging yourself here, trusting your strength and your balance, knowing you can come right back into it if you fall out. Inhale. On the exhale, we're going to try to rise up, keeping the balance, finding this one-legged mountain pose, hugging that left knee towards the chest, finding the balance on the right leg. Hands can come to prayer for a little bit of stability. And then we're gonna find tree pose. So in tree pose, you can plant those left toes to the mat. They can come to the inside of the calf, or you can bend that left knee, bringing the heel all the way up towards the inner thigh. You just don't want the knee pressing, or the foot pressing on the knee joint here. And then we find tree pose. Finding a drishti, a non-moving focal point to keep your gaze, will really help you here. Also thinking of pushing that left foot into the right leg and pushing the right leg into that left foot. Really important to keep the breath full. Maybe added challenge, extending those arms up overhead. Reaching up to the sky, growing tall, just like a tree. One more inhale. And then exhale, we'll just release to Tadasana, mountain pose, finding the front of the mat here. Inhale, we'll bend the knees, sink the seat, Utkatasana. Exhale, we'll fold over the legs, Uttanasana, taking it to the other side. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, walk, jump, or step it back. Flow through a chaturanga on your exhale. Inhaling pulls you forward and through baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling to downward facing dog. Inhale, that left leg will lift high, three-legged dog. Exhale, that left knee comes towards the nose. You plant the foot between the hands, drop the right heel, and rise, warrior one. So again, shoulders, hips, everything square towards the front of the room. Pushing through the knife edge of that back foot and then sinking deep into the front knee. Arms lifting up, gaze follows. Inhale. Exhale, we open, warrior two. Maybe widening the stance a little bit to keep that bend in the front knee. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Exhale to cartwheel the hands down. Right hand plants, left arm reaches up to the sky. We find this revolved low lunge. And then again, we transition to side plank. So we come to stack that left foot on top of the right and then push the mat away, lifting the hips up, up, up. Again, you can bend that left foot and plant it in front, or you can lower that right knee to the mat. Lifting those hips up another inch, inhale. Exhale, we lower that left hand as that left knee comes towards the nose, round through the spine. Inhale to kick it up to the sky as we push back, three-legged dog. Feeling that opening through that right hamstring, inhale. Exhale, left knee comes towards the nose. We plant the foot between the hands, kick right leg to the sky, standing split. Finding your breath here, finding your balance. Again, maybe playing with one hand behind the calf or ankle. Can you lift that right leg up another inch? Can you reach that crown another inch closer to the mat? And then finding that balance, we're going to try to rise all the way up, hovering that right foot. We find this one-legged mountain pose. Hands coming to prayer for a little bit of balance. And then again, finding your tree pose. So the toes either kickstand on the mat, they come to the calf, or the right foot bends all the way up close to the top of the left inner thigh. And we breathe. Finding the balance in the body, the balance in the mind, pushing that right foot into the left leg and the left leg into the right foot, squeezing the core, becoming tight through the abs, strong through the core, maybe reaching the arms up to the sky, added challenge. Keeping the breath full. One more inhale. And then exhale to release that leg. We find Tadasana at the front of the mat. Awesome job, everybody. We'll inhale to reach the arms up, gaze up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhaling to fold Uttanasana. Inhaling to halfway lift, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, walk, jump, or step it back, flowing through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or upward facing. Exhale, hips push up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, that right leg lifts high. Exhale, right knee comes towards the nose. We plant the foot between the hands, and then we just extend that right leg. We find this long pyramid pose. So hips are kind of square towards the front of the room, and then we fold over that front leg. Think of pulling that right hip back and pushing the left hip forward. You should feel the stretch through the back of the right hamstring. Inhale, we'll bend into the front knee and find this low lunge, chest lifts up. And then we exhale to fold and round the spine, long pyramid pose. It's a dynamic stretch here, so inhaling to the low lunge, lifting the gaze. Exhaling to round the head and spine, extending the legs, long pyramid pose. Inhaling to low lunge. Exhaling to long pyramid pose. This time we'll tuck the back toes and then reach that right knee towards the nose. Inhale, it kicks up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee towards right elbow as you move forward to plank. Inhale, kick it up, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee towards left elbow, and then extend that leg long. We'll plant the knife edge of the right foot as we find fallen triangle. Think of lifting the hips up, pushing down through that right hand, left hand reaching long towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, we'll lower that left hand and just start to shift the weight back over the hips. And we find this IT stretch. So you can walk that right foot in a little bit and then think of pushing the hips back as you kind of rotate them over towards the right side to really feel that opening through that outside of the right leg. And then we shift the weight forward. That leg comes all the way through for pigeon. So right knee towards the right wrist. Right ankle towards the left wrist. We inhale to lift the chest. And exhale to fold the chest over that front leg. We find pigeon pose. Really deep hip opener here. So making sure you're breathing through that outside of the right hip. Think of grounding that left hip down towards the mat. Maybe finding reclined figure 4 on your back if pigeon is not in your practice today. Listening to the breath, feeling the breath move through the body, allowing it to help you move deeper into the posture. When you're ready, you'll slowly start to lift the chest, planting the hands, tucking the left toes, and just stepping back. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhaling that left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhaling that left knee towards the nose as you round through the spine, planting the foot between the hands. Inhaling to the low lunge. And exhaling to extend that front leg, folding long over that right leg. As you try to plant that back heel, we find long pyramid pose. Feeling the opening through that left hamstring as you pull the left hip back and push the right hip forward. Moving with the breath here. Inhaling to the low lunge, lifting the chest, lifting the heart. Exhaling to fold, extending that front leg, long pyramid pose. Inhaling to low lunge, feeling the stretch through the front of that right hip flexor. Exhaling to long pyramid pose. One more, inhaling to bend, sinking low. Exhaling to push back, long pyramid pose. And then we plant the hands. We bend that left knee towards the nose in the plank position. Inhale to kick it up, three-legged dog. Exhale, that left knee comes towards the left elbow as we shift the weight forward. Inhale to kick it up, three-legged dog. Exhale, that left knee comes towards the right elbow. This time extend that leg, plant the knife edge of the foot, right arm reaches up to the sky, fallen triangle. Pushing the mat away, lifting the hips up. Gaze can follow those right fingertips up towards the sky. And then exhale, we lower the hand. We start to come onto the back toes and then shift the hips back, finding this IT stretch on the left leg this time. So think of kind of opening those hips towards the left side or squaring them off towards the mat. And then feeling those stretch all the way through the outside of that left leg and ankle. And then when you're ready, we'll start to shift the weight forward. We're just going to slide that leg all the way through. Left foot towards the right wrist, left knee towards the left wrist, preparing for pigeon. Inhaling, lifting the chest up. Exhaling, folding long over that front shin. Maybe walking the fingertips forward to help you fold a little bit deeper. Really breathing into that left hip. Always think of sending the breath to the tight spaces. Knowing that where the breath goes, energy will follow. And then just settling in here for a few breaths, maybe closing off the eyes, relaxing the head, neck, and shoulders, releasing some tension, unclenching the jaw, unfurrowing the brow. And when you're ready, we'll start to walk the hands back. We'll start to lift the chest up and then shift the weight to the left hip. We're just going to pull that right leg all the way around. We're going to find Baddha Konasana, bound angle. So bringing the soles of the feet together, lifting up through the chest. You can bring the hands to the ankles or use the hands to gently push down the knees. We'll inhale to lift up and exhale to fold forward. Reaching that chest towards the feet, maybe grabbing onto the feet and then using the elbows to gently push down the knees. Breathing into the outer hips, the lower back. Again, releasing head, neck, and shoulders here, maybe walking those fingertips forward to deepen the stretch. Again, inhale, there's a slight backing off, and exhale, there's this opportunity to fold a little bit deeper. And then next inhale, we'll start to walk the hands back. We'll roll up through the spine, and then we're just going to extend those legs long. Inhaling to reach the arms up, and exhaling to fold. Seated forward fold, flexing those toes up. You can have a soft bend in the knees. Maybe using the hands on the feet to gently pull yourself a little bit deeper. Maybe bending and extending one leg and then the other, really breathing through those hamstrings here. And next inhale, we'll start to rise, rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae. And we'll just come to a gentle cross-legged seat. Bring the hands to the knees. We're just going to finish with some gentle neck rolls here. So releasing through the head, neck, and shoulders. Circling the head in one direction. If there's any tightness or any spaces that feel good, you can stay there. Maybe closing off the eyes, starting to slow everything down. Then we reverse the direction of the circles. Really moving slow and mindfully here. And when you're ready, we'll bring the head back to center, just closing off the eyes. We'll take a few deep breaths, taking a big, slow, full inhale through the nose, feeling the body get full. And then exhale through the nose, slowly release the breath. Feel the body get empty. Again, inhaling through the nose. See if you can watch the breath as it rises up the back body, up the Sushumna, the energetic spinal column, all the way up to the crown of the head. And then on the exhale, you watch the breath fall, lowering through the body as the body releases, letting something go here. One more like that, maybe the deepest breath you've taken all day, really full, slow breath. Exhaling slowly to release, and then we'll bring the hands to prayer at heart center, and we'll bow together. Namaste.